Good morning, children, and welcome to our online class.
Good
Children,
morning, ma'am.
good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Today we would be doing a very interesting topic. But before moving on with our topic, I want you to have a look at certain pictures. I have this picture A and picture B with me. Which picture appeals more to you?
I'm A1.
Picture
Ma'am,
A.
Ma'am, A.
Okay. Next, I have again picture A and picture B. Which one is more appealing?
Picture
Ma'am,
B.
B.
Picture B.
Ma'am,
Picture
B.
B is more
Ma'am, B.
appealing to you. And this is the last step. Picture A or picture B?
Picture A.
Picture A.
Ma'am, A.
Again appeals more to you. So children,
Ma'am,
these are the pictures that appealed more to you. Can you give me the reason why?
Ma'am, because they
Ma'am,
are
because they are
organized.
well
Ma'am, because it is
organized.
arranged in a proper manner.
It is balanced equally.
Very good, very good.
Ma'am, it is arranged in proper manner.
It is arranged in proper manner, it is balanced, it is
It
proportionate.
is look beautiful.
Well organized.
Okay, so such shapes or such pictures or such objects which are well organized, which are proportionate, properly arranged, they are known as symmetrical. So these shapes are symmetrical. Now children, if I want you to draw a line on this picture such that it divides this picture into two similar halves. So how would that line be? Would that line be vertical in the center? Would that line be horizontal, or would that line be diagonal?
Vertical.
Vertical line. So if I fold this figure vertically, you will see that the design on one side completely overlaps with the other. So this line is known as the line of symmetry. So line of symmetry is nothing but a line that divides a picture into two similar identical halves. Fine? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So children, today we'll be exploring the symmetries in nature as well as in mathematics. So we'll start with a very beautiful video.
Have you ever wondered why nature looks so beautiful? To some extent, the beauty lies in the symmetry exhibited by the objects that are found in nature. Most objects in nature exhibit some form of symmetry. We can draw a line past that the line divides the shape into two equal halves.
So as you can see, this line is dividing this leaf into two equal halves, and if you will fold the leaf, the two halves will completely overlap. So this is the line of symmetry for the leaf.
Half looks like a mirror image of the other. Some shapes can be divided into equal halves through more than one line, as in the case of this flower.
So beta, as you can see, it is not necessary that any shape has only one line of symmetry. It can have many lines of symmetry depending on that shape. Secondly, the line of symmetry can be vertical, it can be horizontal, it can be diagonal.
If a line divides a figure into two equal parts, such that its two parts coincide when folded along the line, then the line is known as the axis of symmetry, or the line of symmetry. Look at some shapes and their lines of symmetry.
Now children, you must have played with cards somewhere in your life.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Very good.
Yes,
So the cards also have some shapes on top of them. So those shapes, they also have some symmetry. Let's find out from this video.
You must have played with a deck of cards many a times. But have you observed the designs on the cards closely? All these designs are symmetrical. Let's look at the lines of symmetry for each of these. Observe that the spade, heart, and club have only one line of symmetry, while the diamond has two lines of symmetry as shown.
Now, children, you just saw that symmetry is around us, symmetry is there in the nature, but what has symmetry to do with mathematics? So let's take out your mathematical shapes that I told you to keep it handy, and let's start with isosceles triangle. Pick up your isosceles triangle that you have.
Let's look at the
Okay,
lines
ma'am.
of symmetry of some geometrical
Okay, ma'am.
figures. This isosceles triangle has one line of symmetry.
Now let's find out by paper folding how this isosceles triangle has one line of symmetry. Now isosceles triangle is having two sides equal. Now all of you fold this triangle from along the line from this top vertex to the center of the opposite side like this. So what do you observe? Do the two halves, they overlap with each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so that means this vertical line is the line of symmetry for the isosceles triangle. Now try folding this isosceles triangle along the line from the other vertices. If you fold this isosceles triangle along this line, so what do you observe? Are they overlapping? See, one part is
Yes,
coming
ma'am.
out. Are they overlapping?
No, ma'am.
No, they are not
No,
overlapping.
ma'am.
Similarly, when you try to fold it along the line from this vertex, again you will see that one part of the triangle is coming out. So that means an isosceles triangle has only one line of symmetry, which is vertical. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
Ma'am.
moving on.
A rectangle has two lines of symmetry.
Now let's find out. Pick up your rectangle and first fold this rectangle along this vertical line. Are the two halves overlapping, coinciding completely?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. That means a rectangle has this vertical line of symmetry. Now fold the rectangle horizontally. Still you can see that the two halves, they completely overlap. Yes, or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now all of you, you do this activity and fold this rectangle along the diagonal. When you fold this rectangle diagonally, do the two halves overlap?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Very good. That means this rectangle has two lines of symmetry. One is vertical and the other is horizontal.
An equilateral triangle has three lines of symmetry. A square has four lines of symmetry. Can you guess how many lines of symmetry a circle has?
Now this you have to find out. Pick up your circle and try to fold it so that the two halves coincide. All of you do it. Fold it horizontally, fold it vertically, fold it diagonally. So what do you observe? In how many ways can you fold a circle?
Unlimited.
Ma'am,
You can fold a
infinite.
circle in many ways.
Infinite.
Infinite.
Very good, shabash. That means how many lines of symmetry does a circle has?
Infinite.
Infinite.
Very good.
You are right. A circle has infinite lines of symmetry. Look at these figures. Can you identify which of these have one, two, or more than two lines of symmetry? Drag the figures into the appropriate columns. Click Submit when you're done.
So let's play this game, bache. You are given some pictures. The picture of which is having one line of symmetry, we'll drag it and put it in the first column. The ones having two lines of symmetry, we'll drag it and put it in the second column. And more than two would come in the third column. So let's start with the alphabet H. So what do you think? How many lines of symmetry does H has?
Two.
Lines of symmetry. One, the horizontal also and vertical also. So we'll place it in the second column. What about this crab?
One.
One line of symmetry.
Vertical or horizontal?
Vertical.
Line
Vertical.
of symmetry. Very good.
Vertical.
We'll place it in the first column. What about this octagon?
More than two.
Very good.
Two.
So we lost
Ma'am, more than two.
Very good. We learn further about these regular polygons. So this octagon will have more than 2 lines of symmetry. This alphabet A,
One line of
One.
symmetry.
Ma'am, one line of symmetry.
one vertical line of symmetry. Shabash. This circular wheel,
More than two.
More than 2 lines of symmetry.
More than two lines of symmetry.
so we just learnt about circle, that a circle has infinite lines of symmetry. This bottle,
One line of symmetry.
Ma'am, one line of symmetry.
very good. If you draw one vertical line in the center, the two halves would be identical. So it has one. This rectangular mat,
Ma'am, two.
rectangular as we just learned, it has no rectangle as we just learned by paper folding. A rectangle has 2 lines of symmetry, one vertical and one horizontal. So this mat also has 2 lines of symmetry. What about this star? Hanji, all of you. What about this star shape?
More than two.
More than 2 lines of symmetry. Very good.
than two.
Okay. And next, this shape, this rhombus shape.
Two lines of symmetry.
Two lines of symmetry.
Rhombus again has 2 lines of symmetry. Now let's submit it and check it out whether we are correct or not.
Well done. You have correctly sorted the figures according to their lines of symmetry.
Very good. So you've done it correctly. So you've just learned about the different shapes and their lines of symmetry. Now let's learn about the lines of symmetry of some regular polygons. Now first of all, tell me, what is a regular polygon? Can anyone tell me what is a regular polygon? Okay, tell me, what is a polygon?
Ma'am, it is a
Five-sided.
closed figure which is consisting of sides which are all equal.
Okay, no, that is not a polygon. A polygon is a closed figure made up of line segments, which are made up of line segments. And what is a regular polygon? A regular polygon, I would say, a regular polygon is a closed figure made up of line segments whose all the sides as well as all the angles are
Equal.
all the sides and all the angles are equal. So it is nothing but a closed shape made up of line segments, but whose angles, all the angles and all the sides are equal. Can you give me an example of a regular polygon?
Octagon.
An equilateral triangle.
Very
Octagon.
good. So an equilateral triangle is an example of a 3-sided regular polygon. Can you give me an example of a 4-sided regular polygon?
A square.
Square.
A square.
A square.
Very good. Shabash. 5-sided regular polygon?
Polygon.
A pentagon. Pentagon means 5-sided regular polygon. So let's watch this video and do the activity side by side to learn the lines of symmetry of some regular polygons.
Have you ever the polygons show multiple lines of symmetry? But what is a regular polygon? A regular polygon is one in which all its sides are equal in length and all its angles are equal in measure. Well, that means an equilateral triangle, a square, and a pentagon with equal sides and angles are all examples of regular polygons.
This is what I told you.
Now let us observe the lines of symmetry in these figures.
Okay, now first we will check out how many lines of symmetry an equilateral triangle has, and then we'll watch this video. So pick up your equilateral triangle. This is an equilateral triangle. Now we'll fold it along the line from all the vertices. Let's fold it like this. All of you are doing it, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
see, the two halves are coinciding with each other. That means it has this vertical line of symmetry. Now let's fold it this way along the line from the other vertex, this way also, and this way also. Still you will see that the two halves are completely similar as they are overlapping with each other. So how many lines of symmetry does this equilateral triangle has?
3 symmetry lines.
3 lines of symmetry. Very good.
Look how the triangle can be folded along the 3 axes of symmetry, and each time the 2 parts of the figure coincide. Note that the triangle has 3 sides and 3 lines of symmetry. Similarly, observe.
Okay, let's first do it for square, then we'll watch the video. Pick up the square and let's fold it first along the vertical line in the center. All of you are doing it, fold it. Are the 2 halves overlapping?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Very
Yes,
good.
ma'am.
Now let's fold it horizontally. Still, the 2 parts are overlapping with each other. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
what about when we fold it diagonally? Are the 2 halves overlapping?
Yes, ma'am. They're overlapping.
So how many lines of symmetry
Yes,
does it
ma'am.
have?
4 lines of symmetry.
4 lines of symmetry.
Symmetry. Very good, Shabash.
That a square has 4 sides and 4 lines of symmetry. Look how the parts of this pentagon coincide when folded.
Now you must be having your pentagon. This you will do it on your own. Pentagon is having 5 equal sides. Now you fold the pentagon along the line from each vertex and check out how many lines of symmetry does it has.
Along each of its lines of symmetry. A pentagon has 5 sides and 5 lines of symmetry. Observe that the number of lines of symmetry in each of these cases is equal to the number of sides in each polygon.
So Bacha, you just saw that if equilateral triangle is having 3 sides, the number of lines of symmetry is also
3.
3. If a square is having 4 equal sides, then the number of lines of symmetry is also
4.
And pentagon is having how many lines of symmetry?
5.
5.
So that means a regular polygon is having as many lines of symmetry as is the number of its sides.
Equal sides.
You can check this out in different regular polygons. Can you
tell me better now? This is a hexagon. So how many lines of symmetry would a hexagon have, regular hexagon?
6 lines of
6 lines of symmetry. And the next one is the regular octagon. It would have
8 lines of symmetry.
8 lines of symmetry.
Very good.
tell how many lines of symmetry there are in a regular hexagon and an octagon? You are right. A hexagon will have 6 lines of symmetry and an octagon will have 8 lines of symmetry.
Okay, so I hope you've understood about the topic symmetry and the lines of symmetry of the various shapes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
children, now I want you to open your notebooks and write down some important points regarding symmetry. Give the heading as symmetry. Next, we'll draw the first shape that we did, that is an isosceles triangle. With the help of pencil and scale, draw an isosceles triangle. How many lines of symmetry does an isosceles triangle has?
1.
One line of symmetry, which is vertical. So with the help of a scale and pencil, draw the line of symmetry and then write down underneath it that it has one line of symmetry. Next, we'll take up a rectangle. Draw a rectangle. How many lines of symmetry does a rectangle has?
2 lines of symmetry.
2 lines of symmetry.
One is vertical, and the other one is
Horizontal.
horizontal. Very good. And write down underneath that it has 2 lines of symmetry. Next, we'll take up a circle. How many lines of symmetry does a circle has?
Infinite.
Infinite lines of symmetry. So you can draw as many lines as you want. So I will draw a vertical line, a horizontal line, and infinitely many lines, dividing this circle into equal halves. Next, write down underneath that it has infinite lines of symmetry. Now, let's talk about the regular polygons. So we'll say a regular polygon has as many lines of symmetry as is the number of sides. So that means an equilateral triangle would have how many lines of symmetry?
3 lines of
Three
symmetry.
3 lines.
of symmetry. A square has
4
4
lines of
lines of
symmetry.
4 lines of
lines
symmetry.
of symmetry. Similarly, a regular pentagon has
5 lines of symmetry.
5 lines of
lines
symmetry.
of symmetry. Likewise, you can find out the lines of symmetry for the other regular polygons too. So I hope everybody is writing down in the notebook.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And this topic is clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So next we'll play a quiz to recapitulate what we have learned so far. Whatever we have learned, we'll play a quiz and check our knowledge.
Okay, ma'am.
So the first question is, which of the following figure has both horizontal and vertical lines of symmetry? A, B, C or D?
A.
A.
A, very good, shabash. It is having vertical as well as horizontal lines of symmetry. Next, how many lines of symmetry does a circle have?
Infinite.
A circle has
Finite.
infinite
Option A.
lines of symmetry. Very good. How many lines of symmetry does this image has?
1.
1. And is it vertical
One.
or horizontal?
Vertical.
It has
Vertical.
vertical line of symmetry right here in the center from top to bottom. Correct. Next, which of the following has the most lines of symmetry? A circle, equilateral triangle, rectangle, or a regular hexagon?
A circle.
Circle.
A circle.
A circle.
Why? Because a circle has
Infinite
lines of symmetry.
infinite
lines
lines of symmetry. Shabash. Next, how many lines of symmetry does a rectangle have?
2 lines of symmetry.
2 lines of symmetry, vertical as well as horizontal.
Horizontal.
Okay, this is a regular heptagon. Heptagon is a figure having 8 sides. So how many lines? Having 7 sides. So how many lines of symmetry would it have?
7 lines of
7
symmetry.
lines of symmetry.
7 lines.
Okay, which of the following? Now listen carefully. Which of the following Which of the following is the line of symmetry of a circle? Is radius the line of symmetry for circle, diameter, chord, or tangent?
Diameter of the circle.
Diameter.
Diameter.
Diameter is the line of symmetry for the circle. Very good. Next. A line that divides a figure into two equal mirror image halves is known as the line of reflection.
Line of
Line of symmetry.
Line of symmetry.
Line of symmetry.
Very good. A line of symmetry divide an image into two similar halves. It's correct. Next. Okay, how many lines of symmetry does a semicircle have?
one line of symmetry.
One line of symmetry.
One vertical
One
line.
line of symmetry.
Vertical line of
Very good. Next. Okay, this is an equilateral triangle. So the number of lines of symmetry would be
Three.
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 Because it has three equal sides. So number of lines of symmetry would also be
Three.
Okay, select the figure that does not have a vertical line of symmetry. Does not have. I'll drag this down. A, B, C.
Ma'am,
or D?
option C.
C.
Ma'am, option C. Ma'am, option
Option C.
Very good. It does not have.
Option C.
Very good, shabash. So this was all. I hope you enjoyed this lesson.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll meet in the next class with a new topic.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yes,
Thank you, ma'am.